Sorry? Oh no, son, I can't help you with that Lego at the moment. I'm doing my fleet climb. Yeah, you okay? Yeah, you child yourself. I'm over here. No, I know, but no, I've got fleet climb. I'm doing my fleet climb. Children getting in the way of my swiggle. I've decided to go on a journey. Aldous Sandflys is leaving port. 100 million GP, 200 million GP, 300 million GP, and so on. Hey guys, welcome back to another Aldous Journey. Like, subscribe, do all the jazz you do, comment down below. Today we're going to talk about something that's kind of struck me on the journey. Is I almost said work-life balance. It feels like work. It's a game-life balance. I'm going to talk about burnout, and I'm going to talk a little bit. It's going to be more of a personal video, I think, more of a kind of a where I am, my life. So during this, I've kind of talked, and we've been in different types of guilds. Some guilds very focused, some guilds very keen, some guilds wanting 100% participation, other guilds that are kind of having more sort of life focused, and the balance of the game. Now, already seen a lot of people quit this game, and as much as they'll say, oh, I quit because of datacrons, because you know what? I was hating the game, hating everything in the game, but you know what? They added one tiny little mechanic and I was like, right, screw this, I'm off. The fact is that people quit this game because of burnout. That's it. Because of burnout, because of the amount of time that they have to spend in the game, the investment, the mental toughness, the exhaustion. Basically, this game is, it's almost like being in I was going to say a garlic press. It is almost like that, but it's almost like a screw that pushes down on your head and kind of squashes you. And CG just keeps turning that screw, and you get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then eventually you're a small disc. And the way they do that is just by demanding more and more and more time in the game. The reason why I'm talking about this now is because normally I am not affected by burnout. I'm not affected because I am the world's worst guildmate. What I do is I don't join TW, so I save all that pressure. And when it gets to the ROTE TB, I just deploy. I don't bother with a battle. I'll do the special battles, but that's it. So that's the extent of my effort. I don't do fleet climb. I don't do squad climb. So really, I'm only doing like GAC mostly. I'm farming the characters. I'm doing some of the little events, the galactic challenges. But generally, my time in game is not too long. Also, I have quite a mature roster. So the modding isn't horrific. The modding is being kind of developed over time. I have the mods. Therefore, I don't tend to change the modding too often. I will adjust mods or roll mods, but you're not wholesale changing your mods. So by not doing those events, I lose out on a lot of rewards. However, that then prevents me from getting burnt out because I can be very passionate in the game. I'm not having to do it. If I'm not, oh my God, I'm picking my phone up again. That's, oh God, where am I now? Oh God, I'm not doing that. And therefore, the burnout for me is not anywhere near as high as it is. However, on Aldy's journey, I have pledged to do every single game mode at every single guild. So I am now coming off having done 6 TWs in a row. When it gets to TB, I'm doing the battles. We're doing the WAT mission, the Ackley mission. Today we'll be doing ROTE, but I'm starting to feel like we've just come off a season of GAC that's just finished. We're heading now into Conquest, and those 15 to 30 battles a day for Conquest. Admittedly, it's not a difficult Conquest, but We got that. We're going into TB tonight as well. TB, I've got my platoon assessments come through as well. All of that is just, it's mentally taxing. I find that like my brain is okay, what time does that start? When am I doing that? You know, and my brain I find is a lot more foggy these days. Like as though I'm having to continue, you know, I've just, maybe TW in particular, I've just spent a couple of days where, right, place my defense, check the defense is all set, make sure there's not a missing team towards the end. The guild would tell me there wasn't, but you know, you got to check that. Make sure you're doing all the right assignments. So when I set my TW, I was concentrating. I had one screen with the game on it and another screen with the instructions. And I was like going through it, honestly, like, you know, you do with a ruler where you take the thing and you put it on and then you, sorry, this is just a Star Wars poster. Ignore this. What is this? Star Wars poster. Anyway, okay. It's a Star Wars Unlimited. Do not worry about that. But you put like a bit of paper on the instructions and you move it down the Discord. That's honestly what I was doing as I was like kind of okay. I'm in North 1, and just because of that, you want to do it well. You're in a new guild. You don't really know how they're doing things. You've got to follow things. So there's a psychological stress to that. And then you get to TW attack, where literally you're attacking 2 or 3 early, then you're going to bed, and then you're waking up maybe 3 or 4 hours later. Oh my god, my TW, and then you're doing maybe a battle just in case, and then you're going back to sleep for 2 3, and then you're, oh my god, my TW. You know, you get that kind of psychological getting sucked back into the game. So I'm starting to feel burnt out, and I can see why people quit the game. Honestly, I can. I think one of the huge problems that this game has is the burnout, the time that's required. And we've talked about it a little bit. Well, which do you give up? Maybe this is maybe we turn this, instead of me complaining about the burnout, maybe I kind of give my perspective. So I think every guild needs to make a decision on where it is. And I think, don't be frightened about making that decision to say, right, we're not going to do any battles in RO2E. We're just going to deploy. So we're going to just basically take that TW and we're just going to put it over there and take the rewards we got. We're not going to, in fact, actually, we're going to ban anybody from doing battles just so that people keep their sanity. That is a way to actually not lose too much rewards, but to save a lot of time. I think TW is a good game mode. I talked about it. Some people love it. And I'm now starting to kind of understand why and have a greater appreciation. I think you've got to remember, one of the other things that CG tries to do, and this is very much in with the new raid as well, they try and use the guild leaders to pressurize the players into relicking things so that you can help the guild. Like, I don't know any other walk of life that uses that. You know, I'm trying to think of an analogy that makes sense. It's like, oh, you know, it's like using almost your family to make you spend money on something. It's like, oh, yeah, well, you've got to do that or your family won't be happy with you. Your family won't be happy with you. You need more rewards for your family. You've got to spend, you know, really, you know, luckily I don't do any parenting. I'm playing my Swiggle, I'm doing my... But I think that's a mechanism that we've got to be aware of as a community. The way that CG uses the guilds to pressurize people to relic things for platoons or for the raid or for requirements to get a certain character, like to get a Reva, or before that to get, say, a Watt, or before that to get a Treya, you know, all these sorts of the subtle things. And I think a lot of that pressure is coming through guilds, and I don't think that CG is doing enough to then reward the guild. I think CG should give every guild leader 50 crystals a day. That would be something I would consider, because literally that's what you're doing. You know, you're using the guild leaders to guide people. You're using the guild leaders to explain the game. You're using the guild leaders to to help, and yet you're not giving anything back to help them. You're not really helping them. You're not making it easy for them. So I would definitely say that the guild leaders need some reward. And I would shout out to any guild leader out there. I think you need to look at yourself as to what part you're playing. Because I can imagine there'd be a direct correlation between guild leaders that are pushing and forcing, well, I shouldn't say forcing, but pushing Omicrons, pushing certain Datacrons, pushing people to spend money or achieve things, or whether that's subtly through different kind of mechanisms in the game, or whether it's through directly saying, okay, everyone's got to get 10 million in this raid by tomorrow, otherwise you're all out. And I'm not saying this is nothing to do with the guild I'm in, please, or any guild I'm in, or any other guild. I'm only just trying to give examples of maybe how CG are trying to work the monetization of this game through peer pressure. And I think I don't think they do enough to help, to be honest. But yeah, I think all that burnout, all that pressure, I'm feeling it now. I don't know what the solution is. I mean, I'm finding myself a lot more time in the game these days, a lot more focus on the game, a lot more, oh my god, checking my mods, double checking my mods. Have I remodded? Did I remod for that raid? And have I unremodded? And oh my god, have I put a Zeta on for that? Have I all of those things are all just kind of very much up here. And I'm feeling the burnout. So everyone, look after yourselves. I think that we need to keep as many people engaged in this game as possible. And I would say, if you are finding that your guild is suffering from a great amount of people burning themselves out, a great amount of people leaving the game, then consider not doing battles in TB. Consider moving to deploy only. Consider the loss and rewards that might happen. Be sensitive on the new raid. Think about a strategy. And even maybe issue a strategy on that and say, right, guys, we're not going to push this raid. These characters are not good outside of this raid. Therefore, if I want you to move them up in relics, only to then turn around in 6 months' time and Lumi be absolutely useless again. I think you need to consider these things. Anyway, burnout, everyone. Don't get burnt out. Look after each other. And if you know somebody's getting burnt out, reach out to them. Chat to them, take them aside, tell them to take a week off, tell them, they can move to a lower guild in the alliance, or take a bit of time, I think it's important we keep people engaged and we keep people enjoying. Anyway, before I burn you out with too much YouTube content, everyone look after yourselves and each other. Welcome, Sandflys. Don't get burnt out.